Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of the Smoking Section podcast. I'm
Yes,
your
sir.
host, Jamar, joined by the proprietor to my top left, John,
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing tonight?
and also joined by the hater to my top right, West.
What's going on, people?
And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, another special episode. It's special because this is a real one. It's not only all opinions. We're gonna bless y'all with some facts because this is experiences and life things that we've been through. And tonight episode is gonna be a deep one because we're talking about street code, everything in and everything in between. How y'all feel about that?
Um, you know, um, Jamal. Every episode during your intro, you always ask us how we feel about what we about to talk about, and usually me and Wes will do a little bop bop bop, and then we get right into it. This might be not too long winded, but I really want people that's going to watch this to understand something. And I don't know how y'all may take it. I don't know y'all views, perception of the hood, the street code, and stuff like that. But like Jamal was saying, this is a real personal episode for people like us, and I'm sure other people that may be watching, and people that y'all may know and stuff like that. I think one of the most important things about this episode and the things that we may get into and talk about is two. Well, I guess I'll just say two things that could come to mind. The first one is that I think that there is a real misunderstanding of the street code and of the hood in general. And I'm hoping that people that watch this particular episode, if they do have maybe a misunderstanding of it, I'm hoping that, I guess, for lack of better words, they get a better understanding because everything in the hood isn't all negative. And the street code itself can be negative. It can be perceived as negative, but it's not always negative as well. And I'm hoping that with the experience that us three have, the intelligence that we have, and the stuff that we went through and stuff like that, I'm hoping that we will be able to give people a better understanding of what we went through, going through, was taught, or whatever, and what other people in the world may be going through or was taught and how they move and stuff like that. I know that was a little long, but I really wanted to make that point.
No, that's good shit, man. The people need to hear that.
Mm-hmm. Go
They
ahead.
might, they might have learned something.
Yep.
um, what I would say with this episode right here, I had to go back in the bag to think about all the stuff that I had to go back in the bag. To think about all the stuff that I know from the streets or the stuff that I went through or the stuff that I know that someone else went through. And just like what John just said, Joe, I hope that the viewers that's gonna sit back and watch this show that's gonna watch this show or that's listen to this they listen to the show get an understanding and the difference of a street life and the stuff that goes on.
Yep.
Yeah, man. That's well said, man. You know, street code to me, it can be a number of things. The main thing I would say is no right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Code is just experiences.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and where you from, and I don't know if the people out there know that we from three different states. So we
Yep.
grew up in three
Yeah.
different regions, three different backgrounds. So it might be different for all of us, and we gonna break it down today because we got 10 segments. Go ahead and dive into the meat and potatoes. Is already brewing, shit ready to fall off the bone.
You did.
Yes, sir.
Jingoism.
Let's go ahead and since we was talking about it, what is the street code for y'all? What is it to y'all?
So, to me, the street code is maybe a collective, a collection, or just like a list of unwritten rules, right? Or maybe written, unwritten, whatever have you. But it's just like a list of rules that when you abiding by certain things, when you are doing certain things, it's just like stuff that we say we don't do. But the thing about the code of the street to me is very few people adhere to it completely. Very few people adhere to the code of the streets, just like straight throughout. Um, I think that people will use the code of the streets as armor. I think that people use the code of the streets to manipulate. I think that people use the code of the streets to justify. I've also seen the code of the streets instill a certain honor among men when it's adhered to the right way. You feel me? Especially depending on who's the ones that's teaching you this code of the streets. Because, like you were saying, in so many different hoods across the country, across the world, really, it's different codes. So, OG over here might tell a youngin, yo, you never shit where you eat at, right? Where another OG will be like, nah, keep your
Yeah,
shit when you know it's safe. You feel me? Somewhere where you always know you can get to it, whatever. So it is like,
yeah,
who's actually teaching you this. It's pretty much a unwritten survival system. If I could break it down like that, it's like an unwritten survival system for when you're out there in the jungle, in the street, on the concrete, doing your thing. There's certain rules that adhere to people that's in the game, right? Whatever they doing, they in the game. There's certain rules that is just for them. Then you got certain dudes that's not in the game, but they still in the hood, but they still got certain rules that they gotta follow. One, don't snitch, right?
Right. I'll say that's number one rule right there.
Don't
yeah.
snitch. So
Yeah.
I do believe that it
That's
is
the only rule for real.
I mean, depends on where you at, right? So now we getting into it because I was always taught that you don't come at family members, right? People that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Um, Shit about to go down, you get the kids out the way. You feel me? So
No women, no children.
no women, no children, pretty much, right?
Right.
Um, so yeah, that's pretty much mine's. What is the street code to me? An unwritten system for survival and to prosper, pretty much, right?
Right.
What you got, Wes?
um that right there, what you said, there was a mouthful, and that the unwritten rule that I'll say is that rule what you said about no snitching and no killing of children and female. Yeah, true. That's like in like you said. That's like in certain areas. In my area, that right there really wasn't the rule. I would say, cause hey, family. Everybody got to go.
And that's where so you got some people that look at the code of streets as a
Right,
code
yeah.
as a code of honor for the streets, right?
Yeah.
So the question comes,
Yeah.
is there any honor
Among thieves.
in targeting somebody's family if you can't get to them? Granted, some people don't give a shit
Nah, it's
about.
not, man. These young niggas don't.
I was about to say, granted, some people don't give a shit about honor, but what I'm getting at is, can you say that this code of the streets is honorable? You get what I'm saying? If you still ready to go at.
Nah, it's not. But it's. I don't want to say the right thing to do, but it's the more commonsensical thing to do. I'm beefing with this nigga. What I'm gonna come shoot up your house for? That's what niggas do. You shoot up the whole house, family in that bitch and everything. Nigga,
Yeah.
I catch you when I catch you. What I'm gonna endanger your family for? Well, like you say, some niggas don't give a fuck. And especially this generation, these young niggas there's no disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
One thing I will say
But
too, I just can't put it on just one thing that I will say is that sometimes, the pain of a loss can make you say fuck everybody and fuck everything because that loss was so significant to you. You get what I'm saying? So I do understand that as well. Some people will go shoot up a whole house. Innocent people in there are not, because that loss, that grief is that powerful. So it's really like, look, everybody got to feel what I feel.
I understand that too.
I'm not saying that I would
But
do that. I do understand it.
right.
Yeah.
Right, I do. I definitely do. Everybody think different. It's fucking 8 billion people on this planet. It's gonna be 8 billion ways to think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying the way I think, bro, nigga, I'm gonna catch you when I catch you. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I'll catch
saying?
you when I catch you,
But
y'all. For sure.
street code to me is like y'all said, man, is unwritten. It's rules that's unwritten that you learn growing up, whatever neighborhood you from. You know what I'm saying? If you live in like survival environments, and next segment we're gonna break down the different types of environments, but it's street code. It's about respect. You know what I'm saying? It's about awareness. It's about knowing how to move. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody sit you down and teach you that shit in class. Like, all right, you got any questions? Raise your hand. No, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You learn it from experience through your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? The mistakes you made, watching your OGs or the older niggas on your block or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It might not always be the right thing, but street code is necessary from wherever you from. You know what I'm saying?
That's when the survival come into play.
Yeah.
That's really when the survival come to play, because if you in this game and you slipping and you don't know what the fuck going on, just like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like that. If you not up on your P's and Q's, the thing about it is too, a person could be strictly adhering to all of the street codes. I'm talking about a real stand-up nigga within the street. You feel me? Ain't never broke a rule. Never broke a rule.
Yeah.
Always been 10 toes, real official street nigga. That means nothing. You know why? Because even though I'm upholding the street and I'm playing by the rules that's made for us, it's always going to be other niggas that's not playing by that shit.
Right. It will play by their own. Yeah. Or they got someone else in their head like, hey, you have to follow that rule right there. What just
That also brings up I don't want to keep going on, but I do want to make this point too. It comes back to survival. because whatever street code that you was taught and you grew up on, does morality come into play when it's time for you to survive? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A code, upholding a code or a sense of rules is based upon your morals, right? And what you value. But does morality and the morals that you value, does that mean anything when it comes to life and death? A lot of people have shown that morality means nothing with survival when they in the motherfucking precinct and they snitching and pointing, because it goes back to survival. Now, people like us that wouldn't snitch, I know I wouldn't, never have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We not looking at it as survival. But the motherfucker that do snitch, for whatever reason, no matter how I feel about him or not, he's looking at that shit as survival for himself, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it's really muddled, if you ask me. You know, I don't think there's a definitive
Yeah.
answer on what exactly is the street code, if that's anything. You know,
Yep. Like I say, depending on where your environment, you know what I'm saying? And speaking of environments, let's break down the terms, because I was made aware recently that some people use them interchangeably, some people use them differently. Because I got a friend that watched the show, Shots Out, and we from the same state but from different cities, about an hour apart, and we still use different terminology. And what I mean by breaking it down to terms, I just got a couple of them. Let's talk about the difference in your opinion. Let's talk about the difference between the projects, the hood, the ghetto, and the slums. Is it the same thing to y'all? Is it a difference to y'all? What? Explain it
It's
to me.
different.
to
It,
me, well, go ahead, Wes. Go ahead.
it, I'll say they all different. I'll say the projects is like it's like the big old Conway building. There we go. It's a big building. Um, for the I'll say for the viewers that watch New Jack City, that's considered the projects right there. The car was the project building. If for my viewers that watch The Wire, you got for my viewers that watch The Wire, you got
The
what you
low rises,
huh?
the low rises, or the corners.
Yes, then right there. Okay, you consider that the oh how I want to say that. Do I want to say the projects? Yeah,
Yeah, the
you kind of say that just a little bit. The projects a little bit.
So for me, I gotta be honest. I look at them kind of as the same, but then kind of differently in a way. So for the first off, the slums, I've never really used the slum. Like if I say the slums, I'm using it as a joke, right?
oh,
Like exaggerating or something. I've never like really looked at, like the slums and stuff like that. So
all
I'm
right.
gonna take that off the list for me personally. I never really used it.
Yeah,
The ghetto. So to me, the ghetto is the hood, right? The projects and stuff. But I gotta be honest, when I hear like ghetto, it's usually frowned upon. Like somebody embarrassing themselves. Oh, that's ghetto. You feel
Yeah,
like shit or something like that. Whereas the hood is usually most likely looked upon as a sense of family, a sense of familiarity, right? Um, just what's the word I'm searching for? Just like the hood. That little
Yeah,
you can get a little thought of maybe a cookout, you feel me, or walking down the block on a summer day or something like that. Maybe, kids
you,
in the
you ever you ever heard somebody say, "Oh, she fuck with his hood niggas"? You ever heard somebody say it like that?
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Hood niggas. Exactly. Like the hood niggas and stuff like that. So yeah, but to me, that's also the projects. Like the projects is the hood. Like I wasn't raised in any projects, but I spent like a good amount of time in East River projects, right? Back in New York,
Yeah,
Killer First Avenue, East River. And that was my first time being in the projects. I grew up in the suburbs in Queens, in St. Albans, Jamaica, Alizé Park. Very historical, actually. Um, Part of Queens, part of New York City, actually, for real. But so I grew up in there, right, for the most part. Then I spent a lot of time in Harlem on the west side. That's like the hood. That's like blocks. 138th and 7th, 134th, 135th and 7th, 136 in Lenox and stuff like that. Like that's
Yeah.
the whole hood right there. But when I went
yeah,
to East River and the projects, it was the hood. But the only difference that I would say was from the west side to the east side in the projects was the projects seemed like one big house with a little invisible roof over it, and every building was just everybody's separate room or something
yeah,
like that. If
Yeah.
that's how the projects like really felt to me. It was the hood, but it felt more family like, more, you get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I would say like those are really the differences from the projects, the hood, the ghetto to me, but it's still kind of the same to me.
yeah. And to me, it's that's interesting to hear, because to me, it's all different. And I was talking to my friend earlier, and like I say, she an hour and away, and the projects in the hood. She said it's kind of like the same to her too to hear, and she was breaking down, her little background in the streets and shit. It was interesting to hear. To me, they are different. We gonna talk about the slums. Nigga said throw the slums out the window. The slums is like that's like other countries, like what I'm saying, Kenya, and third world countries that's doing bad. That's like what I'm saying. I just figured I'd throw it out there, but
No, I feel you.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm just not. Yeah, I never really used it. I never really used the word. You
Right.
know.
I'll say
yeah,
I really ain't use that very much either. I'll say just like what John said, you know, I'm from Chicago, the west side. I'm from the Holy City. For those that don't know, I'll say for the viewers that don't know or y'all don't know, that's 60th to Harding. That's where I'm from. I'm from 60th to Harding. Also too, I'm from I'm from K Town, 22nd, 22nd, K Town, Carlo.
That's a
yeah,
And yeah,
that's a project or that's a hood like
that's the
blocks.
hood.
That's
Both
the hood.
both of them hood.
Okay.
And and in between both of them is where I went to school at.
Hey yo.
And like down the street from my school, it was called the Carter Building. They took it from they actually it was one side called the Carter Building, another side called the Square.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey yo, little fun fact. I probably should have led with this in the beginning, the introduction. My nickname is actually Hood. Like for real. Like my nickname been Hood for as long as I can remember now. Um, and I do believe that there's a difference between the street nigga and the hood nigga. You know, what y'all think about that?
Ooh.
never thought about that.
All right, so
Me personally, I would use those interchangeably.
into. So here's how I look at
You
it.
know what I'm saying? Oh,
The street nigga is the nigga that's getting the money, right? Well, no matter how he chooses to do it, whether he's a stick up boy, you feel me? Whether he moving them packs, whether he's scamming, whatever the case may be, is Grand Theft Auto, breaking and entering, he a nigga in the street getting it by the street. I feel like a hood nigga is somebody that grew up in the hood, probably know mad street niggas, right? He got
Yeah.
the same bop, talk the same lingo, everything, but he's not actively in the streets. He ain't getting no money. He ain't, you feel me? He ain't got no dealings or nothing. Might go to work, go to school or whatever, might not do nothing. But I feel like, so that's my definition of a street nigga and a hood nigga. The hood nigga just in the hood, where the street nigga is playing the game of the streets.
He playing. I was saying, it sound like you saying that he playing both sides of the fence.
Not really both sides. Not really both sides. The street nigga is a nigga that's playing the game of the
Right?
street.
Yeah.
Hood nigga just live in the hood while the game is being played around him. And he may know he's just not a player. But like I said, he got the same lingo, he got the same bop, he know the same rules. You feel me?
I got you. I got
No
you. I got you.
stranger to none of this shit. He ain't about to flip his wig if he see somebody fighting. He used to the gunshots. He used to he just not playing the game. He a hood. To me, that's a hood nigga.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between the hood dude and the street dude.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah. 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 I'm with you. I'm with you.
yeah. Yeah, I would use it interchangeably because I associate the hood with the streets. You know what I'm saying? And shit. And here's why, because to me, um, let me start out with the projects. Is to me, technically, is government funding housing. You know what I'm saying? And they're built a certain way. You know what I mean? They're built like by bricks, some in stacks. In my city, you got neighborhoods of them, stacks of them. It's like 400 of them in the fucking community, 800, 1,000 of them. In other cities, they might build them high, 100 fucking floors. Like no lie, 100 fucking floors.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They usually an apartment complex built for low income families. You know what I'm saying? But it's high concentrations of poverty in those areas too, due to lack of resources and shit. Niggas be on welfare, food stamps or whatever. And
Yeah.
to give the people out there a broad example of what I mean about the projects, think about like some shit in New York, like Queens, like where Nas from, them big ass buildings.
Queensbridge.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
When you say that, that's actually the largest projects in New York City.
When you say projects, that's what I think. And it's like that in other cities. In my city, we ain't got that high shit. It's just a whole lot of them. They wide everywhere. You feel me?
Yeah. So pretty much structurally and physically, yeah, they all different. Right?
Yeah. But the only main thing is they are built by bricks, though. They built the same way. It's not built like a house. You feel me?
They all share the same code of the streets, though.
Right. And
project,
a certain area and how niggas act. Niggas might rep that, whatever the project is. Oh, we rep this.
Yeah.
Rep that.
Yeah.
Also, another thing about projects in my city, maybe other cities too, anything they got some ward or some gardens, some hill.
Yeah.
Any manor, any gardens, any oaks, ville, any valleys,
village.
Yeah.
That's our project to me, and the hood to me is a broader term. Of course, it's short for neighborhood, but I mean, it's usually like urban type environments. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the under-resourced part of your city. not always the worst conditions, but it still carries that culture and that identity like the projects do. Like
Yeah.
I would say I'm from the hood. I wasn't raised in the bricks. We call them the bricks. You know what I'm saying? I was raised in a neighborhood with houses and shit, with some shit houses, but it was all black folks, and you got shit going on in the corner, shit going on in the stove, shit
Yeah.
going on that way, shit going on that way. Go outside, shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it was just houses though, neighborhood. I'm from the hood.
Yeah.
That's my opinion of it. You feel me?
Yeah, I see exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
And,
I got
and the ghetto, you know, originally the ghetto was met the for certain people to live. That's what it was originally for, but I guess it derived and took its own identity. Now is used for places where like a heavy poverty and crime and neglect. Like think of the ghetto like in my opinion like L.A. or Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Areas that's real bad, but that they got a large population.
Yeah.
The ghetto, you know what I'm saying? Ghetto's a motherfucker. I'm from the hood, and then you got the bricks. But that's my opinion of the shits. You feel me? But yeah. And speaking of terminology and shit, where you from? Does that matter?
For sure. Where you from shape you,
yeah.
and it essentially puts you on the path of wherever you land. Where you going? Where you from means a lot. Doesn't mean everything. No, but it does mean a lot. I'm from New York. You ain't gonna never hear me say I'm from anywhere else.
Yeah.
Right.
And then going even more into that, I was born in Brooklyn. You'll never really hear me say I'm from Brooklyn. I
Right.
was
You
born,
you also you from New York.
nah, not even that. I was born. If I'm talking to anybody out of state, I would say I'm from New York. If I meet somebody in the city, I would tell them I'm from Queens, Harlem.
Yeah.
I'm born in Brooklyn, but I'm from Queens and Harlem. And the reason why I say that is because I didn't spend many years in Brooklyn. I grew up as a kid, all the way up until a teenager, split between Queens and Harlem, all the way up into my 20s, actually.
How far is it apart?
What you mean?
Queens and Harlem. Is it a car ride? Is it walkable?
Little train ride?
Oh, all right. About 30 minutes.
Man, it depends on where you're trying to go, to be honest. It depends on where you're trying to go. But
Yeah.
but that's the thing. Like, so where you from? Me being a New Yorker, growing up in the city, the city is 5 boroughs: Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Queens. Every borough, and most New Yorkers will agree, every borough got their own type of personality, culture, slang, fashion, the way they talk, the way they dress, the way they move. So some people look at me and be like, "You from Brooklyn, ain't you?" And I laugh. He like, "Nah, I was born in Brooklyn, but I'm from Queens and Harlem." It's something about me that most New Yorkers could spot. Yo, you from Brooklyn?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I ain't even grow up in. It's weird. I did not grow up in Brooklyn. I was only born in Brooklyn, but they see something Brooklyn inside of me. I always say I'm from Queens and Harlem, so it's like it's different. Speaking on where you from, there's so many different personalities, man. I could spot a Bronx nigga. I could spot a Harlem nigga. Like real talk, you feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Yes. I'll say because just like what John just said, Joe. With me, it's the same way with me. I'll say out of town people. I tell them, say, hey, where you from? Hey, I'm from Chicago. I say, like he said, with Chicago people, hey, that know me or they see me, oh, hey, what's up? Oh, where you from? I'm from Chicago. Oh, me too. Where you from? Oh, I'm from the West Side, from the Holy City. As I was saying earlier, I'm from the Holy City. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about that now. I'm from the Holy. Oh, yeah.
Because when somebody has you tell somebody where you from and they have an idea of it, they're familiar with it. Sometimes they know how to, you know,
Yeah, then I approach you.
they know how to approach you, interact with you because like where you from determines how you talk, how you move, man. You feel me? How you view certain things, what's cool to you or what may not be cool to you.
Right.
That
I
stuff
agree with that. Yeah.
from and what you came up in and how you were shaped. Can that be changed? Yes,
Yes.
it can. Depending on how long you stay somewhere else and how open you are to adapting to wherever you at or for whatever reason. But
Yeah,
essentially, I do believe it do matter where you come from.
yeah, you right. And piggyback off y'all, like man, we was really out there walking around, and we see a group of niggas we did not recognize. We like, where y'all from?
We
Right.
was really,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We
yeah,
can talk about
Yo, same
maturity
here. Same
later
here.
on.
Same here.
You was I really doing that?
where
Where
you
y'all
from?
niggas from?
Like, hold on,
Man?
man. Hey, we already know you never from around here. So, what? Hey, where you
Because
from, bro?
I mean, sometimes it isn't, but sometimes it's the need to protect your hood. Who y'all niggas? Where y'all? What y'all here for? Like,
Yeah.
what y'all doing here?
Cause the people might not know I'm from Richmond, Virginia. Richmond is the capital city in Virginia. It used to be wild out here. And I'm from the north side of the city in a neighborhood called Highland Park. And inside that neighborhood, you had certain streets that hung out with each other. And certain streets didn't fuck with certain streets. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
It was crazy, nigga.
Yeah, I
I
see it
got
too.
the
Yeah,
fucking
it's
area
that.
code. I got the state outline, Highland Park in the middle, and the skyline of the city.
Mm.
Nigga can't say I won't out there for real. You know what I'm saying? And I got Fifth and Burns on the jump street. You know, street corner, Fifth and Burns, man. We was out there, but where you from? Yeah, that shit do matter. Like I said, man, I'm gonna piggyback off y'all. It it grows up how it shapes how you think. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like how you react. You know, like how you trust in people in certain environments.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You learn how to move different. You learn how to read situations fast. If some
Yep.
shit was to go down,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? You got to stay on your toes. You got to stay alert.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
Keep your head
can't
on a swivel.
show no weak. Keep your head on the swivel. Can't show no fucking weakness. You know what I'm saying? You know, where I'm from, it taught me like, you know, I used to walk around and every car I didn't recognize. I'm on 10 toes. Like who that? You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. Yeah.
even to this day when I'm riding, I see somebody tinted out. Like shit, who this nigga? You know what I'm saying? To
Yep.
this day, or I might go out somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Take my friend out somewhere, and I'm looking at all the exits. Like all right, the door right there, the door right there.
Oh, yep.
Hey, don't
Like,
feel bad, bro. Don't feel bad. I'm the same way too.
who these niggas? These niggas vibes crazy.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
when I go to a restaurant, I don't sit with my back to any door.
Nah.
Any entrance, exit, I gotta be facing that shit, yo, for real. Like I
Mm,
gotta be facing that shit.
yeah.
I ain't about to be doing this my whole meal.
Yeah.
Anytime the door open.
And I,
Type
s- I sit,
shit.
I sit her down first.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But I mean, that's the shit that I learned from where I was from, man. You know,
Mhm.
some of that shit just instilled in me. um, talking about instilled. Let's talk about respect versus fear.
Respect versus fear.
Yeah, I think people confuse it quite often.
Yeah, I agree with that term right there. I agree with that.
Fear, fear, in layman's terms, is if I do this shit, this gonna happen to me. Respect is I'm not gonna do this because this person showed me that they don't deserve it. You feel me? The respect is I'm not gonna do this because you feel me. I see something in this person. I don't want to do this person dirty. I don't want to do this person filthy. I'm listening to this person because I believe in them, as opposed to I'm listening to this person because if I don't, motherfucker might take my head off.
Yeah,
That's fear versus respect.
yeah,
Yeah,
I dig that.
and I'll say I'm with that. I'm with everything you just said right there. With with that respect versus fear, respect and fear. I'm with that. Yeah, I agree with that. Everything you just said, bro.
See,
Yeah,
respect lasts longer.
Yeah,
Some people might say that fear lasts longer because self-preservation is motherfucker, right?
yeah,
yeah. I mean, I guess you can ask 40 and 45-year-old us versus 20, 25-year-old us, and it'd be two different answers. We
yeah.
probably won't want niggas to fear us. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, not
I
me.
want
No,
The way
uh,
respect is the same way.
uh,
I don't really care too much about fear. Fear don't get
see, 20 years ago, this would have been a different answer for all of us. For me too, like I say, I think people confuse it a lot sometimes as far as street in the street sense. People might fear you, be scared of you, like, oh shit, goddamn, look at that nigger, like, you know what I'm saying? Some shit
yeah,
like some shit like that, but that don't mean they respect you. Respect comes from how you carry yourself. Even if you living in the projects, the hood, the ghetto, you know what I'm saying? It's always that one nigga that everybody fuck with, everybody respect. You know what I'm saying? This nigga getting money, looking out for the kids, whatever, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like
It's how you treat others. It's not about intimidation. When you intimidate a nigga, that's fear. You feel
what?
me?
Now let's be real now. Let's be real now. We are talking about the street. We all know the street is dangerous, right? We can agree on that, right?
yeah,
Fear can't save you, right? Some
yeah,
people don't fuck with people straight out of fear. Some people don't, right? You're not moving in on somebody's territory out of fear. What's gonna happen to you? You're not messing with somebody's family or something because this motherfucker big brother, this motherfucker her big sister, his pops, his uncle, whatever. You fear for what might happen to you, so you might not even rob this person or do this person. So
Yeah.
fear can be and is a strong weapon. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong.
It was a couple of niggas that niggas ain't fuck with random. Oh no, you
Yeah,
talking
now
about
it's a weapon. It is a
oh
strong
yeah,
weapon. Me, I just believe that respect lasts longer. And the reason why I say, even though fear is a powerful weapon, respect lasts longer because if I'm afraid of Wes, so I don't do nothing to Wes because I'm afraid of him, but then Jamal, who I am way more afraid of than Wes, tell me to do something to Wes, I'm gonna get you, Wes. You know why? Because I'm a coward. I'm scared. I was scared of what could happen if I did something to you, but I'm way more afraid of what Jamal do to me, so I'm gonna get you. You get what I'm saying? Where that respect lasts longer than fear. Both are powerful weapons, and both can keep you safe. I just
yeah.
believe respect lasts longer because a motherfucker that is afraid, he's scared. So as soon as somebody that's bigger and badder than you or pose a bigger threat than you, he will take you out. A motherfucker will kill you out of fear. Straight up.
Yeah.
So that's my thing of it. You feel me? They both weapons and they both can keep you safe in the hood. Respect just lasts longer to me.
Yeah, I dig that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a couple niggas I knew that, you know, that respect. You know, a lot of them gone too, but at the same time, niggas were scared of them too. I mean, because they handle business in certain situations. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I would say it's niggas that from where I'm from that I respect. And yeah, true, like you just said, they long and gone. And younger West had niggas that, oh yeah, hey, I know not to cross this certain person right here because of certain fears that that I knew that I knew what he'll do to me or to the people around me.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, so I kind of agree with I agree with both of y'all what both of y'all saying.
Yeah. So let's talk about loyalty and trust then.
Ha!
Yeah,
The hood, shit. You lucky. You lucky if you find a few.
yeah,
That's all I got to. That's all I really got to say about that. You are lucky if you find some real ones because people will twist loyalty and trust up.
yeah,
It up on some real. We watched the shit in Training Day. We talked about it in Training Day.
Yeah.
Lonzo manipulated Jake from the fucking beginning of the movie, right?
yeah,
Earning his trust and loyalty. When it comes to loyalty and trust, man, in the hood and street dealing in the streets, man, you lucky if you find some real ones, man, because a lot of people have a price. Jealousy is a thing, right? And it's not
yeah,
even necessarily snaking you over, man. Somebody to fuck your woman, right?
Yeah.
Steal from you, somebody to lie on you, snitch on you. Loyalty and trust is far and few in the hood, yo. That shit's scarce.
Yeah.
yeah,
Nobody can change my mind on that shit.
yeah. And I'm with. I'll say once again, bro. You, you set a play full right there with that one. Loyalty and friendship, Joe, and loyalty and trust is very scarce. It's very. It's like a bag of chips. I'm saying it's like you just reaching for a bag of chips, Joe. You get like a very few.
Very few in that bag, yo.
Yeah, yeah.
In that motherfucker, yo, for real. For real,
Yeah.
man. That's how it is in the hood, and everybody, you know, it's crazy because I'm sure everybody don't went through. You meet a nigga for the first time, right? You kicking it with a nigga tell you how real he is, how loyal he is. Yo, I fucks with you. Nah, I fucks with you, my nigga. Da, 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 da. Yeah, all of that shit is fine and
Right,
dandy.
right, yeah. It's mouth play.
All that shit is fine and dandy. When it's time to get real, all you gonna hold a nigga down. I can honestly say I got niggas that's not my blood. And when I say not my blood, I mean that they had no obligation to me. You get what I'm saying? They had
Yeah,
no obligation to put themselves in harm's way to make sure I was good or to fight alongside me or to make sure my brother was good or my mom's or whatever the case may be. I'm
Yeah.
lucky to have a few, only a few, on some real shit. I got my longest friend that I ever had. I got my cousin who's really just like a real close friend of the family. He's my brother best friend, but that's like my cousin. That's my family. You feel me? I got my two homeboys back home in New York. My nigga K, my nigga AP. You feel me? My nigga Chris Style. And everybody else, I'm not like discrediting everybody else that I fuck with. But those people that I mentioned, that's not my blood, they not obligated to fuck with me the way that they fuck with me on some real shit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not obligated to fuck with them the way that I fuck with them. And that's that trust and loyalty that was earned between both parties, me and them. I earned them theirs, and they earned mine on some real shit. And I'm just saying, it's just far and few. And if I forgot anybody, you feel me? I apologize if y'all watching this, but those are my niggas that really stand out and the point that I'm trying to make with that and loyalty shit. You feel me?
Yeah, for real though, man. You know, like loyalty is damn near everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it can also be risky in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because you learn real quick, especially if we talking in the street sense, that everybody ain't solid. What the Chris Brown say? Everybody ain't loyal.
Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't no partner. Everybody ain't no real nigga. If I say I got you, I got you. That's my shit too. For real.
Like trust, that shit is earned slowly over time, but you can lose that shit quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes loyalty can hold you back if you tied to the wrong people, though. You know what I mean?
And then sometimes
But
loyalty.
you got,
Go ahead, my nigga. Go ahead.
when I was finna say, sometimes you could be loyal to somebody and trust them. Like you said, you got some homies. I got some homies too, man. It's very few, like you say, where it's scarce. I could probably name them all on one hand. Like I can remember I was going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? Made a quick call. Nigga said, "Where you at? I'm ready to pull up." You know what I'm saying? It's no questions.
Yep.
Questions asked. Or even last week, I had bought a little single couch jank, like a chair, and it couldn't fit in my car. I'm like, damn, I'm out back. Called one of my homies with the van. Hey, yo, bro, I need a solid, bro. Can I goddamn? Where you at? Boom.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, like I said at the top, man, loyalty is everything.
You know what I was about to say is sometimes a person in certain situations, like me, for example, I guess I'm the best example. Sometimes I'm loyal to my own values and morals. Meaning if I just met you, Jamal, right? I met you at work. Hey, I just got hired, right? And it's my first 2 weeks at work, and in those 2 weeks, you was training me. We got a little cool. We ain't tight. We ain't friends or whatever, right? We ain't, but you invite me to go out to a bar. We go out to a bar. I go to the bathroom. I come out the bathroom. You in a debate with the little heated argument or whatever with somebody. Bop, 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 bop. Mind you, I only know you for 2 weeks. But if you swing or somebody swing on you, I'm swinging.
Right. Yeah.
Not necessarily out of my loyalty to you. I only known you 2 weeks, but you invited me out and I came with you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's that loyalty to what you believe in, right? Can have you hold somebody down.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of those niggas, yo. If I'm out with somebody, I don't give a fuck if they started that shit or not, yo. I just can't not do nothing, B. I can't not do nothing, yo.
You can shoot the fair one, but ain't gonna be no banking going on.
About to be none of that shit. Yeah, for real. Ain't about to be none of that shit, yo, for real.
I'll say, it's like that with me too. I'll say, cause just like you said, hey, I can be out with John, or I can be out with Jamal, and we go to a club or something, and just like you just said, Joe, I can go outside to the car real quick, have a quick smoke break or something, and come back in, Joe, and I see that I see, just like you said, I can see something going down, and then instantly I bet the first person that swing is up.
Yep.
There it is, bro. Talk
And,
about it's up. Let's talk about the code versus real life.
mm,
Mm,
sometimes they intertwine.
Mm.
Sometimes they intertwine. It's just presented or taught in a different fashion. You know,
Yeah,
I would say one example is no woman, no kids. That go in real life too,
yeah,
yeah,
right? Women and kids are usually, for the most part, universally, we protect them and put them first. For most, right?
yeah,
yeah,
So you see how I mean how sometimes the street code can intertwine with real life. Sometimes, first of all, the streets is real life, right?
right,
yeah,
Streets is real life. Let's just say that. I don't really, me personally, streets versus the real life. Like the streets is the real life, but living outside of the streets and what you got to do, law abiding citizen, regular 9 to 5 guy, what some people would call a square or a civilian, right?
yeah,
right.
I feel like when you taking that most of the street code into that life, that shit could sometimes hinder you, depending on how you handling the situation that you in. First thing is to read the fucking room, yo. Like for real. Read the motherfucking room. What they call it, code switching, something like that. You put on the white voice.
yeah,
You feel me? First of all, read the fucking room. Sometimes you might be in an environment. For example, I might be going to a bank, right? Deposit or make a withdrawal, whatever the case may be, and I can spot the bank teller is a hood nigga. So maybe I could, you feel me?
yeah,
Maybe we can interact. Maybe I could, aim down a little bit. Blah, 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 blah. Sometimes the bank teller is straight up. So I'm gonna approach the year. I would like to withdraw my ID, sir. You feel me? With somebody else, like, yeah, man, I came to get a couple dollars out the you get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
you know? So yeah, I think it's I don't know if I'm getting to my point. I'm gonna be
I'm
honest.
saying you get. I'm saying,
that's the point right there.
right.
Yeah,
I'm saying you get. I'm saying you got to the point. You got to the point to go to what you're trying to say, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, Joe. You saying what you want to say, but it's like you feel like it's not coming across the way you wanted to.
yeah, because it's like, I'm pretty much just saying, like, just read the room. Like, you ain't gotta hide who you are, but you gotta know who you dealing with in the settings that you in, and how is that going to get your problem
Oh,
solved.
yeah,
You feel me? How are
yeah.
we gonna get the better results? Do you go hood or do you go, you feel me? Like interact in this whole other world, you know?
Yeah. What you got, Wes?
I was with that whole segment right there, like you, just like John just had said, Joe. It, it's best is it's best to read the room, whatever situation you in. If you if if you at a bank, or you at the you at the grocery store, well, not grocery store. I'm sorry, not grocery store. You at one of them at one of them corporate buildings. That's what I'm trying to say. Corporate buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Read the room. Hey, it's the time. It's the time and the place for you to do that. Hey, I'm in this right here. I bet. I now it's time for me to be if I'm in the corporate building, it's I now it's time for me. It's time for me. It's time for me to be the perfect guy, Mr. Nice Guy.
Preppy guy, professional,
Yeah,
whatever you want to call it, but it's really, and I get the code switching, and it's easy for somebody to say, well, you're not being true to who you are. Look, you could say all of that, but it really boils down to what's the quickest way to get your problem fixed? Right? What's the quickest and better and most efficient way to get what you came to get? you know?
yeah,
Yeah. Street code, and real life, street code sometimes it don't always translate to the real world. But it keeps you safe in the streets and in your environment and shit, you feel me? But it might hurt you in, like I said, in the real world. It might hurt you in business. It might hurt you in relationships. You know what I'm saying?
It can definitely hurt your
yeah,
relationships.
yeah. I'm saying most
Some
definitely
point
can. Yeah,
Yeah.
we gonna talk about it in another segment or two. Some point you gotta just level up, man.
Yeah.
Just real talk. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It really
Like,
could hurt relationships.
experience, wisdom, and age will do that to you. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. Went to an interview about 22 years old. Went to an interview at Kroger. At that time, that was one of the good jobs. They was paying double digits an hour back there. So tell me why I went to the interview with a throwback jersey on, Larry Bird throwback jersey, a Virginia fitted captain match,
oh
shades on, diamond cut grills in, six at the top, six at the bottom, fangs, diamond cut. Went to the interview like that.
wow.
Went through the interview, answered all the questions.
They
Anything?
said no.
Nah, cause they ain't even call me back. At the end of the interview, there was like, anything you worried about? Anything? Any questions, concerns? I'm like, nah, I'm just worried about the drug test and the background check. My ass said that.
Hey yo, look, you
Oh
was young.
yeah,
You feel me? You was young. You ain't know. You get what I'm saying? But yeah,
22-year-old me
22. Yeah.
versus 39-year-old me is two
Yep.
completely different me's.
Yep.
That's the point I'm just getting at.
Yep.
yeah.
That's wild though. That's crazy.
Right, right.
That's a true story. That's a true
I'll
story.
say, I'll say,
I want
I'll
one bitch with
say,
the front saying, nigga.
Nigga
I'll
walk
say
up in there,
a
hey, yo,
person
y'all hiring?
because
I
the
was
person will look
miserable.
at.
I was
I'll say
miserable. I was
a one person
miserable.
will look at them like, man, Joe, you kind of sabotage your own kind of interview with that one, bro.
Bro said I'm worried about the drug test. Yeah.
Background.
They
I
were
mean,
just like this.
Mizzle was a fool, man.
Hey, yo, Mizzle, they were just like this. I'm worried about the drug test. I see.
Right.
Real, man. Cause nigga was trying to survive, man. Let's talk about survival mentality.
Oh man, that survival mentality. It's so survival mentality. That shit got me through a lot, right?
Yeah.
It really did. It got me through a lot mentally, uh, mainly mentally, because the mental is what like fuel my physical. Whether it was a fight or flight, I gotta fight my way out, or I'm just trying to endure hunger or inclement weather, rain, cold, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, that survival mentality is key. However, sometimes you got to learn to dial it down or completely turn it off because you're not in that setting no more. You feel me? You're not in survival mode anymore. This is something that both my brother and my wife, right, outside of my children, probably two of the most important people in the world to me that know me the most out of anybody in this world, my wife and my brother, they tell me the same thing. Wow, yo, why are you so cheap, nigga? You want the shit, buy the shit. You want to go here, go. I be stuck in survival mode, my niggas. You get what I'm saying? I don't need to spend this. You feel me?
You got to penny fishing a little bit. You penny fishing a little bit.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I'm talking about for real, my brother. Even when we was out there getting money, teenagers, young adults, early 20s, teenagers and shit. Yo, my brother be like, nigga, you just gonna be making all of this money and you ain't gonna do nothing with it, nigga. You feel me? So I do believe that at some point you gotta learn to turn it off if you don't have it, dial it back if you don't have it. You don't have to. Even with the seeing everything as a threat, being in survival mode. You feel me?
Yeah.
Sometimes motherfuckers ain't thinking about your ass. Ain't thinking about me. You feel me?
Yeah.
But that survival mode of always everything may come off as a challenge to me. You get what I'm saying? Or I might think that, am I the inside joke? Is that inside joke I don't know about? I think that comes from a survival mentality as well, that sometimes if you're in a certain setting, you need to dial that down. And you get what I'm saying? I ain't going to go too much because y'all also have to talk on it.
I would say just like you, bro. I'm kind of like in the same boat. We two peas in the pot right there with that one. I'm saying because I'm the same way too. Hey, I'm quick to I'm quick to be like, hey, I want this right here, but I got this finna come up too.
Bro, I will not. And a nigga be good too. Like a nigga
Right? Yeah.
make decent amount of money. You get what I'm saying? Like finally. But you get what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't know.
I'm quick to be like, hey.
Survival mentality.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's like growing up in these environments, man. It put us in survival mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think most of us would agree when I say that it make us think short term in a way.
Yeah.
We got a plan for the day and tomorrow. It's hard to plan long term coming from where we come from. We just try to make it through the week sometimes.
Make it through the week.
It makes sense to me, coming up as a kid, we moved with my grandparents when I was like 6. And, we stayed at the house until they passed. So, to the early 2000s. So I was like 15, 16. But I remember coming up with them, up in the house. We cooked Sunday dinner, right?
Right.
And it always be a big dinner. And that dinner gonna always scratch. And it's gonna scratch for Monday, maybe Tuesday. And then we cooking again. And cooking again. I'm like, damn, why the fuck spaghetti? Shit, the last days, I ain't want this shit. When we used to eat out one time a week. On Friday or Saturday, we eat one time a week. We get our McDonald's or our Taco Bell.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. I understand why you gotta scratch. We were surviving. You gotta scratch them meals. That's why we cook meals the last 2-3 days like that.
Yeah.
I remember coming up as a young kid around the house, like we had hella candles around our house, like the long cylinder ones.
Keep the lights off.
They was in every fucking drawer in the fucking house because sometimes the lights go off.
Yeah.
I haven't been there, bro.
I would say I think we all kind of been there, Joe. I would say I know for a fact that I have. I would say it's like you said, bro. Going to my grandparents' house in Mississippi, and how just like you said, Joe, them big Sunday dinners or them big holiday dinners. Them bet will be lasting, like you just said, Joe, a day or two, and then after that day or two over with, it's something new. I'm like, and then
I want some McDonald's, nigga.
right, yeah, I want something different today.
And McDonald's was dead ass a luxury. McDonald's was a reward, right? McDonald's was a day out. You know, it's a day out. We've been out for a couple hours. We a little bit
Right,
far.
yeah.
Pull over, grab something to eat. Probably get some McDonald's after the doctor's appointment. You in school and shit like that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But doctors was a rare delicacy, man. It was a rare doctors. McDonald's was a rare delicacy. For real.
Man. Remember a couple of times our water had got cut off, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Grandpa had a water key too. I don't know if people know what that is.
We went and rented a house. This is way back. Matter of fact, this was in our first year married, 2015. We went and rented a house from Monticello Road in Columbia. Motherfucker, I had the motherfucking key.
Big ass key.
What? Turn that shit on. Should be rocking. Then they come turn that shit off. Wait. Till motherfuckers leave. Wait a couple hours. Come right back out. Turn that bitch right back on. Fuckers y'all niggas talking about. For real. Yo.
It is, man. You know, and let's talk about growth and moving different, maturity.
Oh man. So when I heard that this was going to be one of the segments, it made me think about that Facebook post that my wife had made for me last year. Last year, I think it was, or this year, November. It was one of them. When I was it was pretty much it was on November 8th. Yeah, 2025. It was November 8th, 2025. While I was made 15 years of me being free.
Oh yeah.
You know, like no type of incarceration, no court dates, no warrants, no probation, no parole, no nothing. 15 years. Very minimal police contact. If it was a nigga got pulled over speeding or some shit, you feel me?
Yeah.
So seeing that segment, growth, maturity, and moving different, and then reading that post that my wife had made for me, it's like a lot of reflection, you know. And for me personally, I'm not a street nigga no more. I'm a hood dude. My nickname is Hood. My nickname been Hood since like 2002. Real talk.
Yeah.
OGJU gave it to me. He gave me that name and it stuck. For real. Everybody know me as Hood back in New York. So I'm not a street nigga no more. I was in there. I was doing all the things, yo. Real talk. But that's not me no more. I don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I made a decision and I stuck with that shit. And I think that shows the maturity level, you know, the growth level of actually that transition is hard, yo. For real. For anybody like listening, watching, or whatever the case may be, is yo. Whether you know somebody going through it, whether you going through it yourself, whether you already went through it, whatever the case may be, is let me tell y'all straight up, that is some hard shit to go through. It really is. To really make a decision, be like, you know what, I'm not going to do this shit. Do y'all know how broke you got to be?
Yeah.
How much shit you got to take? You know, when you know you can easily do this, you can easily do that, you can easily, no fucking problem. You feel me? Or no problem.
Yeah.
Bills, this need to get paid. This need to get paid. Such and such need that. This for school, graduation, books. This the car broke the fuck down. We also want to go somewhere and have some fun. That shit costs money, man.
Yeah.
People like us know if we was to make one phone call or do one thing, we might have that shit within an hour and more. But the growth to realize and the maturity and strength to go through with it, to know like, nah, because this
Right. This probably down the wrong path.
that's going to lead to this. and this is gonna lead to that. Everybody fucks up. Everybody makes mistakes in life. That shit is guaranteed. Yo, ain't nobody fucking perfect. We gonna always fuck up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Learn from that shit.
for real.
The key to growth, maturity, and moving different. Learn from every mistake, every pain, every tear, every fuck, every I shoulda, every I would've, every I could've.
Yeah.
Learn from that shit, yo.
I, I would say, just to piggyback out there just a little bit. It's like you said, Joe. We all can attest to this. Just like you said, Joe. We get we get in a little band or something, having a little trouble trying to, just like you said, pay a bill, or I mean, doctor's bill, the- any bill, light bill, gas bill. Just like you said, Joe. It's easy to it's easy for us to, like, oh man, Joe. Hey, I can I can go back and call I can call my old homeboy, and he can, you know what I'm saying, Joe. Give me a little dig real quick, and I can go handle this real, and I can go and just, you know what I'm saying, Joe. Hey, make this couple of make this couple of sales, or make this one little delivery, and I'm right back in the game. I got everything all set now. I'm back where I need to be at. But then, the other side of the coin be like, oh man, Joe, if I do that, then I would mess up. I would mess up my family.
It depends on exactly. And that's another thing. Like, like sometimes it's anchors,
Yeah,
it's anchors that, like, shit. Like for me, when I was doing my little thug dizzle, whatever the case may be, is it was just me and my brother, and that nigga was all in like me. You feel me? I ain't
yeah,
had nobody to worry about. Of course, Mama Love was gonna miss a nigga and stuff like that, but Mama Love can't do much. You feel me?
yeah,
So it's me and my brother. Now they got a whole fucking family. I can't. What the fuck I look like? Locked up. I got a whole fucking. I done told this woman that I was gonna be here. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I done told these kids I was gonna be here. I can't be in some motherfucking cell,
yeah,
you know. And a lot of this transition, or somebody even taking the initiative to even switch it up, a lot of that should be looked at as weakness. Certain people, right? Oh, switched up. Oh, this nigga weak. Or da 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 da. Da. Me personally, shit, that's one of the best examples of strength I could find. One of them, at least. It's a lot of examples of true strength, and that's one of them. On
yeah.
real shit.
hmm
I'll say, but like you said, Joe, their strength, to be like, no, Joe, hey, I don't want to do that. It's hard sometimes. It's hard. It's hard to it, it's real easy to go back in that lifestyle, but then to go back to that life is real quick and easy. But then, like, it's gonna be hard for you to give, like, oh, I got what I wanted. I got I I got myself back up to where I need to be at. All right, now I'm a step away. Now I'm good. I'm done. It's hard to do that because that fast money.
Yeah. You got any thoughts, Jamal?
yeah. Growth, maturity, and moving different. I feel like as we get older, as we grow and mature, you realize you don't got to stay stuck in that mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I said earlier, if you asked us this 20 years ago, it'd be totally different
yeah.
answers.
I'm
Yeah.
saying, yeah,
Yeah.
But you still gotta keep that awareness. You keep that strength, everything you learned from around the way. You still keep that in you.
Yep.
Keep that instilled in you because you're gonna need some of those situations for life.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But you gotta move smarter. And as far as my youngins out there listening, you know what I'm saying? Growth is about knowing when to apply the street code, not just doing it for the fuck of it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta know when to leave it behind.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, one of the most fucked up situations that scarred me for life. I was locked up, you know what I'm saying? Had visits behind the glass. You know, my dudes came and saw me. Big bro came and saw me. My first baby mom came and saw me. She had brought my kid and shit. You know what I'm saying? She was 6 at the time, and she was a daddy's girl. And she was just crying, reaching, I want my daddy, I want my daddy. And that shit fucked me up, bro. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? This it. I ain't never coming back in this motherfucker, bro.
You know what it was for me? I did multiple bids. I was an in and out type of nigga. But my last one, what did it for me, when I finally made the decision, it was something as simple as I wanted. You ever go to your refrigerator, open the refrigerator door, look in that motherfucker, but don't get anything? Just
Yeah.
see what you got. Close it, might look in the freezer, then go back to whatever you was doing.
Yeah.
Y'all not, yo. I'm literally in the fucking, and I couldn't go to my refrigerator. And that shit did something to me. How the fuck I'm like 20 fucking 6, right? I'm a grown ass man. I done been through the fucking fire. I done been through hellish shit, yo. War wounds, mental wounds, all kinds of shit. But I can't go to the refrigerator. Can't go to my refrigerator and just take a look and see what's in there. That shit did something to me. And right then and there, just like you, I made that decision. I ain't never coming back to this shit. I'll never put myself in this position ever again unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah, fuck that shit, bro. That shit boring, and you miss shit out here in the streets, and kids grow up, and fuck all that shit, dog.
No. It ain't nothing real about that. Like, all right, real quick, for the viewers that's listening and for the viewers that care, some of y'all don't, and I understand why. No real person glorifies prison. No real nigga glorifies prison. However, going to prison could actually save somebody's life. You can learn things in prison that you can't learn in the streets, man. And I see it a lot on social media. By the way, some people talk on social media and in real life, I look at them and be like, oh yeah, you ain't never been behind the fucking wall, B. When you certain for real on some real shit, like that shit will teach you how to fucking save your own fucking life on some real shit. So it ain't nothing positive about going to prison. Ain't nobody glorifying it, nothing like that. But if somebody can go through prison, there is positive things that you can't take away from this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at me. You get what I'm saying? A lot of shit I learned in prison that I still take to this day. Yo, values, morals, how I move, how I interact. I learned how to play chess in prison. I apply that shit to my life on some real shit. You get what I'm saying? So I do want to take that little sidebar to clarify that shit, yo, for real. Prison ain't cool or nothing, but you can learn some real shit behind that wall, man, for real.
Yeah. You know. But let's talk about that shit whack though. I learned how to play Jim Romney in that bitch. That shit whack. That shit made me appreciate food more and all that shit.
Okay, appreciate all the good shit, yo. And that's another thing, yo. Sometimes, look, when shit trying to raise my kids, you feel me? We did the parenting episode. You feel me? When trying to raise my kids, figuring out as I go, that was one of my main rules, and I learned that from being in prison, yo. When the motherfucker is uncomfortable, do anything to get comfortable again. On some real,
Maybe we can do a prison jail episode in the future.
nah. We don't need to do all of that. Nah, I'm good on.
Nah.
I'm good on that.
You want to tell them?
Nah, I don't need to do no prison episode, B. That's it. My fucking review. The only point that I'm trying to make is because I see things. You feel me? I see and I hear things sometimes. A lot of people like to say, "Oh, you think going to prison make him tough?" Yo, look, some people do think that way, but I gotta be real. That shit'll make or break you. You find out who you really are. You find out who you really are and what you really about when you behind that fucking wall. It's the same shit as going to war. Same shit as going to war, yo. You find out what you really fucking made of, man. I will say that. For real.
In the streets too, depending on what situation you put in faced in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I done seen the most G'd up niggas in the streets and fold like little
Or like
bitches when they get
or like
back to
prison.
war. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. And that's a misconception. And speaking of misconceptions, let's talk about misconceptions about the hood.
Oh man. I definitely couldn't wait for this segment, yo. For people that don't know, and I really feel like all our viewers know on me cause shit. But for the people that don't know that may be watching or will watch this someday, don't listen to all of these movies and these fucking TV shows and all of that, man. Like with that negative shit about the hood and the shootouts and the this and all of that. Look, that shit happens everywhere in the world. They only put our bullshit on the news. That's it. Black on black crime in the hood. There's no such thing as black on black crime. People do shit within their own proximity. That's it. You feel me? On some real shit. There's only a few people that we know that cross state lines to do stupid shit. So, but people really commit crimes within their own proximity, within their own neighborhood. So black on black crime, if there's a such thing as black on black crime in the hood, then there should be such thing as white on white crime in the suburbs. Or fucking Russian on Russian crime out there in fucking wherever the fuck they at, Moscow or some shit like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a huge conception of the hood, yo. Shit happens everywhere, not just in the fucking hood. You don't have to be afraid to go to the hood, yo. On some real shit. In the hood is some of the most loving, funny, talented people in the hood. Most of these talented people of our motherfucking generation came from the hood.
Yeah.
Like on some real shit, came from the hood. Whitney Houston came from the hood. Oprah Winfrey came from the hood. Denzel came from the hood. Malcolm X came from the hood. Like on some real shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, so that's one of a huge misconception. I want to motherfucking clear up real quick. Ain't nobody stupid in the hood. Ain't nobody just out looking to snatch your purse or rob you or knock you upside the motherfucking head. Nah, we are actually the most welcoming and loving people most of all. It's a lot of family ties in the hood, man. Almost every hood got like at least 3 or 4 widespread across around these hoods that are the hood mothers. My cousin, Aunt Pat, his mother was the hood mother. When I say the hood mother, I mean every single one of us. Our little team, our team on the block and shit in school, every single one of us was homeless at some point. Word to everything. Every single one of us stayed at Aunt Pat's house at some point. Aunt Pat welcomed every single one of us at some time and fed us. You get what I'm saying? My own moms fed niggas in the hood. Right there in the middle. Y'all hungry? Come up here and get a plate. on some real. You feel me? You got the OGs in the hood. Just like I was saying, older dudes playing chess, kids playing basketball. You feel me? Double Dutch. When we was growing up, I don't know if they still do that. Double Dutch and shit. They
Yeah.
got the thing in New York. Every project's got it. East River Day for my projects. You feel me? Block parties and stuff like that. That's one of the misconceptions that I really want. I know I just went in, but I took that a little personal. You feel me? It's
Hey,
It-
bro, you
no,
have to.
it's a thing. It's out there. It exists though.
yeah, it's,
I'll say
it's a lot of
you have to apologize for that, Joe. You know what I'm saying, Joe? You just had to rant a little bit. That's all it was. It's all good, bro.
there's so much positivity in the hood. It's a lot of support in the hood, yo. Older niggas used to beat us up when they caught us cutting school. Take your ass to fucking school. For real. We had to dodge truant officers and these niggas.
Yeah.
Hell, like, you know.
Yeah. There it is. Went through the same shit, man. Like,
I'll say,
damn, I can't skip school. Goddamn. Yeah, what you about to say, Wes?
I'll say we had. I'll say where I'm from. I'll say we had to. You know what I'm saying, Joe? Just like John just said, Joe. We we had the block boys. You know what I'm saying, Joe? They try to like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, stay in school. Don't try to be. I'll say, you know, the old head. You know what I'm saying, Joe? Had to try to talk to you like, hey, bro, hey, don't try to be like me.
Mm-hmm.
You stay in school. And
Yeah.
then, just like John said, Joe, I miss some days. You know what I'm saying, Joe? You're the block club parties.
Yeah, it's mad positivity in the hood, man.
It is, man. I think, you know what I'm saying, people from outside who never grew up or never been in the hood, they only see the negative shit.
Yeah.
They see
Yeah.
I,
they
what
only
they
see
see on
the
the
crime.
news. Oh, they here.
Like yeah, like you say, what they see on TV, but it's not always like that. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can attest, and I'm speaking for Mandy, my hood, my community. You know, they don't see the creativity
They don't.
inside the
No.
hood. I'm talking about niggas might look at it as graffiti, but niggas is painting murals on the side of the building. It's a good artwork and the shit look good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you nigga left no tag. Who did that?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody around the way did that shit. You feel
Yep.
me? They don't see the hustle. You know, niggas might be, you know, selling incense or selling oils or doing whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's an honest hustle in front of the store.
I done seen niggas work at a motherfucking down in South Carolina. It's not even New York. I was staying at in South Carolina. I done seen motherfuckers that work in like a meat factory or some shit, warehouse, whatever.
Yeah.
Come back with boxes of chicken and shit, giving that shit out. Yo, here. Giving that shit out to families. Here. Like, it's a lot of love. Yo.
Yeah, man. And that and the support systems too.
Yup, a lot of support systems.
Yeah.
A lot of hoods, especially out here where I'm from, they might have a local YMCA nearby on the outskirts. You know what I'm
Yup,
saying? And a lot of kids go to them shits. A lot of neighborhoods be having things amongst themselves,
yup.
group
Yeah.
activities for the kids, churches and stuff.
And something else, me and my brother was talking a couple days ago. The hood will protect you too, even if you're an outsider.
Yeah,
The hood will protect you on some real shit. Like the hood protect each other. Like it's a lot of bullshit, but that
yeah,
shit is overshadowed by all of the positivity and the growth. You feel me? That village. I really don't know how it is now because I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people I be seeing, you know, I'm saying nothing to my kids and shit like that. But I know
yeah.
growing
It
up,
changed.
yeah, growing up, that shit was a village, man. Miss
Right.
or Miss Bonnie was definitely getting on that horn.
It changed, bro. Because back then,
Yeah.
You
I'll
feel
say
me?
just yeah. I would say just like yeah. I'll say from back when we was younger to now, it changed a whole lot. Yeah. I'll say you don't got that miss. It was Miss Brown for me.
Cause they can't do it now. Don't say nothing to my kids.
Right? Yeah.
You feel me?
Back then in the hood, they used to respect the mailman. Oh, give him a water. He bringing the checks. You know what I'm saying? The mailman used to get respect, get out of love. Nowadays, you know what I'm saying? A kid can come up to you, hey, my daddy say how much you make. And let you say something smart to that kid because you in a certain neighborhood or a certain project. You know what I'm saying?
That call ain't you. Somebody done made a complaint or something.
But it is what it is. But it's like in the hood, man, it's intelligence everywhere, bro. It's talent everywhere. I don't ball with some niggas that made to play college basketball, man. I don't play football against niggas in high school that went to college that actually got drafted and played in the NFL, man. Like it's a lot of talent in these hoods, man, and that's the shit that don't always get the spotlight. And for whatever reason, maybe it's for TV satire, whatever. They only showcase the negative, but
They gotta keep projecting that image. I don't give a fuck how anybody feel. Yeah, we got flagged on YouTube too, but we straighten that out. So if somebody did report us,
Yeah.
yeah,
straight up, if it don't apply, let it fly. But what I was getting at was they gonna keep only displaying the negativity to discredit us and to also discourage us against each other. You feel me?
yeah,
Like, I really feel like it depends on how we take it because I am one of those people that's like, come on, man, all of this fucking killing this shit, like, I need to chill out, with all of that shit. But at the same time, I do realize that that is the only thing that they, you feel me, really portraying when it comes to the hood.
yeah. Well, man. And any final thoughts?
Um, I think we covered a lot. I hope people got a better understanding of the hood if they didn't have it, the ups and downs and the all arounds.
Yeah,
Um, but would I have it any other way? Nah, I wouldn't, man. I wouldn't. I love being a hood dude. I loved every hood that I grew up in. I'm somebody I bounced, not like really bounced around, but I grew up in. I didn't grow up in one spot from here to like 30 or whatever. Nah, 8 years here, 10 years there. You get what I'm saying? 5 years there. I
yeah,
grew up in a lot of hoods. I touched a lot of hoods, man, from Queens, Southside Jamaica, Queens to Harlem, West Side, East Side to Atlanta, to Georgia, Decatur, Zone 6, all the way to South Carolina, Columbia, the Met, to
yeah,
Flowtown, down in Rains and all of that. I've been in a lot of hoods, Mullins, a lot of hoods. And for the most part, different cultures, different swags, right? Different case may be, and so many different ones, but the core values was always the same. The core values pretty much always stayed the same in every hood that I touched on some real shit.
yeah,
Would I have it any other way? Fuck no. The hood made me who I am. That is my name. My name is Hood. That's definitely one of my names, and I'm a hood nigga for real. Um, I'm a tax-paying citizen,
yeah,
right? I
yeah,
work I work a legal job and all of that shit. But I'm a hood nigga
yeah.
through and through, yo, and I love it.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
I'll I'll say I'm a hood. I'll say I'm a hood man, a hood child. I should say that. There we go. I'm a hood child. I'll say from Chicago to Mississippi to where I'm at now in Bloomington. All matter of fact, better yet, anywhere I go in this world, I'm still gonna be Wesley, but also too, I'm gonna carry some of my values from what I grew up from what I grew up with in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the values, hey, I'm gonna keep with me, but some of them, yeah, for sure, yeah, they right there in the back pocket still.
Yeah. I want to say one more thing before you close out, Jamal. If anybody took anything from this, I want them to take away that you can change, right? And at some point, you gotta let go of the survival tactics or the survival mentality. If you ain't in it, you feel me? And
Yeah,
I had wrote it down too. It was a quote that somebody had said somewhere, but it got it up at unknown. It says street code was created to survive certain environments, but survival alone cannot be the final destination. You
Mm.
feel? At some point, you have to welcome some type of peace. At some point, you have to live a normal life because if if not trusting nobody and always living across your shoulders and stuff like that and moving a certain way and just being super like for real like that ain't peace. That's
No.
not peace. So don't if you have the opportunity to leave it, don't bring it with you. That's all I'm saying.
yeah,
Keep being who you are, but don't bring all of that trauma with you, man. All of that shit with you, because that's what it is. It's trauma. For real.
Yeah, man. You know, knowing how to move in different environments coming from where we come from, that's power. That's key.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can still be where we from, but you can still operate in professional spaces. Shit, you can operate anywhere.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's not about changing who you are. It's about adapting.
Yep.
And that's one thing about the human body. We have the ability to adapt.
Yep.
All I know is my hood, man. I moved around that bitch. I mean, I was going around that bitch all my life. And then I moved around that bitch when I was 6. And I stayed in the same crib till I was 18. So from 6 to 18, that's all I knew. I moved away. I was still catching the bus around the way. Got a
Mm-hmm.
car. I was still driving around the way. All the way into my mid 20s. That's all I know, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
yeah,
Man,
Yep.
I ain't boasting, bragging, or saying I'm proud. I'm just saying that
You being real.
where I grew up, maybe into the person who I am today,
Yep.
yeah.
it make me think how I think today. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and I think we're gonna do an episode next week. How y'all feel about that?
I'm with it.
I'm
Episode.
with yeah.
And I want the people to be with us. I want y'all to like, share, subscribe, comment, please. If you have any suggestions, let us know. If you want to hop on, let us know. And we will be back next week with another exciting episode of the Smoking Section podcast. For John and Wes, I am Jamar. Good night and good fight, everybody.